What is up, everyone? It just got incredibly dark. I mean, it's obviously still light out. It's Friday. For those of you that are new to the channel, I don't always do reviews on Fridays. In fact, for a long time I was doing One Take Fridays, which is what today is. And just to give you a synopsis, that's basically 9 minutes of me bleh, at the camera. So, like, nothing gets cut. If I sneeze, I sneeze. But I just got done at Panera, and I just was like, I want a broccoli cheddar bread bowl with coffee. And then it got really dark, and now it's like terribly, terribly rainy, and all the basic white... Anyways, that's not what today... You didn't close the door all the way, honey. You're just... Like, seriously. They just let the door... because it started storming. Anyways, today's video is about... Since I am on the autistic spectrum. I know a lot of you watch this because I play football. I play minor league football, but I'm also on the autistic spectrum. And several times on my Snapchat, people have noticed yesterday's video also had a little bit near the end that was, I was having a meltdown. Is it hailing? We're gonna have a lightning storm here. Yes, it is hailing. Whatever, okay. So what is going on is that it's Autism Awareness Month, and I've seen a lot of the YouTubers that I follow that are autistic, they want to say it's not awareness, it's acceptance. And it makes me think, out of a lot of things I've been dealing with recently, is acceptance and tolerance, technically. And hearing people in society talk about autism is sort of like they tolerate it. They don't really want to deal with it, but they know it's a thing. And they're not going to complain about it. But if it gets too close to them, they're going to... The same thing kind of goes with, homosexuality and the whole transgender thing. Not meaning to trivialize transgender people, but that's just thing, being an object, being a concept. And... It's sort of like, I've got a lot of people that say, oh yeah, that's cool. That person's transgender. That's cool. Okay. Don't really want to talk to that person. And I'm just like, and they go, I accept you. Do you? Or do you tolerate that person? And the same thing goes with autism, and the same thing goes with, more classic homosexuality. That we accept you versus we tolerate you. And I've had this at jobs where people are like, oh, well, I don't really want to, it's just like, just don't talk to me about guys. Don't tell me about how much you idolize guys or how much you hit on guys. I've gotten this from girls too. They're like, don't tell me about the wonderful qualities of that guy over there. Don't hit on guys around me. And I'm like, fine, okay, sure, whatever. But you be you, that's cool. Fine, whatever. And the thing is it applies to autism, is it's like, we know, like, to say autism awareness, it is silly. It's 1 in 68. That's average. That's the average. Like when you have two things you need to average, you basically sum them together and then divide by 2. That's the average of male and female. I burped. Boys, it's like 1 in 40. It's crazy high. And with girls, it's slightly less. It could be, the numbers are there and they average to 1 in 68. Which is nuts. So we don't need awareness. We know it's there. The thing is, you also know there's bears in the woods. You're still scared of them. Just because someone comes through, while you're out living in the woods, camping in the woods, and they come through, once a year and put a flyer on your door. There's bears out in the woods. Okay, cool. That's cool. There's bears. That's nice. Yeah. doesn't necessarily mean you're, what we need is like autism acceptance. The fact that we do things weird in terms of what normal people do. There's just a strange way of doing things, and with the new Muppet on Sesame Street and the video I shared on my personal Facebook page about how to make friends, it seems stupid, and I agree with him on the YouTube video. You shouldn't have to tell someone where they stand in a friendship, because everyone knows, right? No, we don't. You have to say, are you, weirdly, I'm actually kind of a physical person. I like touching things, and I don't mean that in a weirdly sexual way. I like just being next to people. Like, I don't even need to, I can just, lay my head on someone. It's just this weird bit of physical contact makes the person seem more real. I'm sorry for the lighting. I'm not sure what's causing my camera to do this. The clouds are kind of being a little weirdo right now. It seems to be when I turn my head and there's more darkness, it tries to lighten up the screen. Anyways, so yeah, we don't need awareness. It's sort of like saying, hate to bring this up, but if February was called Black Awareness Month, but like, no, I'm sorry, we know there's black people. We don't need to be aware of them. It's Black History Month, which is stupid. We shouldn't have a Black History Month. We should just integrate, all histories together, but, But when it comes to, like, autism, you just gotta know that things are gonna be weird. And yeah, you're frustrated. You as a person who is a neurotypical is what you're called. By the way, you guys have a label too. As a neurotypical, I'm gonna trigger the light. Nope. You have your way that you deal with people. When you deal with autistics, it doesn't work quite the same. And yeah, you're frustrated because it's not working right. Well, can you imagine how frustrated it is inside their head? Because, at least for many of the high functionings, they know. We know what you're doing. We know what you're talking about. It's just not making it through a barrier somewhere, somehow. And we are frustrated with ourselves because we understand a very cerebral concept of it. It makes sense. The math makes sense. We just can't get it further in deeper. And it seems like we're fighting things at times when it's just like, whatever. But I use this analogy to someone. It's sort of like being behind glass. And all your friends, it's like, all your friends are inside, we'll just use a Panera. And they're like, come get the food, come get the food. And no matter how much you press on that glass and how much you claw at that glass, you can't get through for some reason. And these are like concepts. No matter how much I'm pressing myself into it, and that's probably just me, but I've heard this from other autistics, that it's just like, people don't see the glass that's there. They don't notice the barrier because everyone they know is on the inside of the glass. And sometimes that's inside the box thinking versus outside the box thinking. And everybody looks outside the box and they look at me and they're like, wow, that guy's very blunt. He's very brash. He has such strange concepts that totally work, but I just never would have thought of those. And it's amazing. But the thing is being outside the box in the autistic high-function HFA community, it's weird trying to incorporate with normals, neurotypicals. Because you guys all have a way of doing things that everybody else does things. And we're missing a couple pieces, so we have to reroute. And Sesame Street's doing a good job at showing the new Muppet and teaching kids how to deal with it, and, that not everything works perfectly the first time, but they're still a good person. So that's what it is. I don't want to say we need autism awareness, or we need even autism tolerance. We need autism acceptance. And we need, to an extent, more homosexual awareness. Because, it's one of those things I had on a team in the summer last year. I listened to them talk about cheerleaders constantly. How great that it would be great to have cheerleaders at the game, to watch them bounce up and down. And then the moment I say something, they'll be like, yeah, if there were some male cheerleaders in there too. And they're like, dude, you're making it weird. And I just went, why is it okay for you but not for me? And that's what I'm talking about with the tolerance. As long as I sit down, shut up, and don't say anything, you're cool. Come on, light. What's up? Anyways, this video has been longer than I expected, you know, and it's just, I don't really want to get into the religious thing, but there's a lot of times where I'm on Facebook and I deal with people talking about religion. And I just sit down, shut up, don't say anything. And it's sort of like, it's a weird privilege that people have that they don't understand. But that's that. I have killed the battery, and the car is recharging it right now. I'm going to go home. I'm going to get this on the thing. Sorry for the long video, but I needed to vent. It's been a long time since I've had just time to vent to the camera. That feels good. I'll see you guys over the weekend. Hopefully we'll get our jerseys. I mean, said so, but don't know. Delivery, UPS could just be weird. Catch you later.